He has timed that one well. That is the call, straight in.
Beautiful ball.
Edged away, yes it is.
In Oman cricket begins today as 12 teams will take on each other. 6 of them seasoned premier sides who have already etched their names in domestic history in Oman, and 6 new challengers hungry to make their mark. The tournament promises fast-paced action, sixes galore and thrilling finishes. But first of all, immediately heading on to Pranav Mehta to the centre because he's had a good look at that pitch here.
The action-packed drama just doesn't stop here at the Oman Cricket Academy. The D20s have been dusted. It's time for some valuable action in the D10 format. And that's where this is going to be really interesting. First, talking about the format. 12 teams, 6 premier, 6 intermediate. And that's where there'll be a lot of pressure on the premier sides because they're missing those 17 important national players. Talking about the circumstances and the situation here at the Oman Cricket Academy, kudos to Anup and his team for putting up wonderful facilities for a game of cricket. 65 meters all around. Talking about the temperature, hot and seriously very humid. Summer is still active and temperatures with somewhere around 42, 43 degrees is going to test the character of the players because you will really have to put in a good yard. 65 meters, miss hits will stay in the ground. Talking about the most important factor, the wicket. Good amount of grass cover, making sure that the wicket is going to stay intact. 5 games today. And that's where this wicket is going to be tested. But if you ask me, it's a new wicket, fresh wicket, and that's where most of the teams that are going to be winning the toss are not going to be targeting 100, 120. They're going to be targeting somewhere around 80, 85. And they would probably want to bowl first.
Oh yes, what a matchup here it's going to be. And straight away, without wasting much time, it's going to be once again Pranav Mehta, and he's got 2 captains by his side along with the match official. It's toss time.
It's toss time here at the Oman Cricket Academy. The D20 have been dusted. It's time for the D10. And 2 teams that are going to be locking horns in the very first game. It's going to be Ideal International taking on none other than the Bravehearts. The captains along with me, Bravehearts, it is Parmeswaran, the captain of Bravehearts. It is Mr. Manoj, the captain of Ideal International, and the match official alongside us, Mr. Karthikeyan. Flip the coin, Param. Khanjar is the call. Oh, it's a big toss. Khanjar it is. Manoj bhai, you won the toss. Please. You won the toss. What would you like to do and why?
We are going to bowl first, and the reason being the grassy pitch. We would like to restrict our opponent to a modest total and then chase it out.
What is the number that is modest for you?
The number would be 80, 85.
And most importantly, this is a tournament where you're going to be locking horns with the premier side as well. It's probably the first opportunity on television. How much does it count to the players? First and second, how big is this team going to stand out when you're going to be locking horns with the premier side?
We are excited, and the moment when we will be facing the premier division teams, I assure you, we'll give them tough time, for sure.
Good luck. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Param, toss not on your side. If you would have won, what would you have done?
We would have bowled first also because it's a new wicket, new tournament, new side as well. We are playing in a big tournament, so it's okay. Toss is not in our hands. We will take it.
They're looking to restrict you to 85 odd. What's the number on your mind?
Definitely less than that, at least 50% of less than that. 45 will be an ideal target for us.
And what do we expect from Braveheart?
We are a good side. We are an experienced side coupled with some youngsters also is there. There are many players who have played in this level, so I don't need to tell them much about them. We are very excited, looking forward.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
So the news from the center is that Ideal have won the toss and they're going to be swinging the ball first.
Yes, and straight away we are live, and this is Bravehearts versus Ideal International. One of them a seasoned campaigner and been there, done that, and that's the Bravehearts captain Parmeshwaran. On the other hand, it's the challengers, it's the Ideal International team that has come up the ranks from grassroots level cricket. Electing to bowl first, and straight away taken out of the equation the left arm pacer, as Captain Manoj will head outside the line of boundaries to retrieve that one. And what a great time to introduce my co-commentator Jamil Zaidi. What do you have to say about this D10 format and especially some new look teams out here?
Good afternoon to all the viewers all around. Yes, it is a chance for all those intermediate teams who are coming up and playing into the senior players, and as correctly said by Manoj that they are going to have some tough time for the senior teams. It is of course encouraging for everyone to come to play, and as Manoj said at the toss that they have got a chance to come on the TV network and playing all together.
The left armour once again looking to target that ball inside the wicket-to-wicket delivery, and it's going to be a few free runs here. And this is where the real test will be for both these two teams, because Bravehearts has been out of contention in that Premier Division, but at the same time, Ideal International is that fresh face, so it's going to be huge pressure, and especially it's going to be that acclimatization as well as adjustment required to be playing on this turf one, that is a ground number 1 at the Oman Cricket Academy. Conditions used to in ground 2.
Well, their commitment seems to be exactly fantastic because they like to play positive cricket and they like to give tough time to the senior teams, as mentioned in the toss.
Oh, he's lifted it high up in the air, offside, and there's no fielder over there, so he's going to get some runs here, as many as 6. The left-handed batter, Pradeep, certainly looking in good touch here.
Beautifully played, well timed, just over the extra cover for the second mighty in the same over. This seems to be in good touch. I mean, both the batters, especially left-hander Pradeep, he just played too beautifully to maximum 6s on the long off and the extra cover. Good start.
Yeah, immediately 13 runs of the first 3 deliveries, so they certainly have gotten off to a very, very good start here. Ishwa Pradeep, and he's been amongst the big names here in that Premier as well as first grade division. Look at that. What a beautiful flick of the wrist. It was in the air for a fair bit amount of time. He's going to get multiples here, at least 2 of them. And he's looking in a very, very confident zone at the moment, a hot zone at the moment, Ishwa Pradeep.
But it doesn't look like they have not played cricket. They're already doing a lot of practice before coming to this D10 league powered by Fancourt. Absolutely brilliant batting from Pradeep in the very first over.
Facing the heat at the moment of Ishwa Pradeep. It's going to be out of Santosh Pillai, the left arm seamer, and a youngster. This time down the ground, and it's probably hit the bowler on its way. Long off will just make sure that it's only going to be a single. Immediately everybody gathering around the bowler. But certainly seems to be a very strong lad here. Out of Santosh Pillai, he'll have a lot to learn. He'll have a lot to observe as to what lengths and what kind of pace and what change-ups to be bowling, because D10 is an unforgiving format for the bowlers. You miss your spot by even a slight margin and you're taken away.
It happens for both the batter as well as the bowler as well. Batter will try to hit each and every ball coming to him to get run. There's 10 overs is of course a very, very limited sort of cricket here.
Chirag Mandavia, the right-handed batter, youngster from Indian School Muscat, making his way, making waves. Starts off with facing a wide delivery. Chirag Mandavia, an excellent all-rounder, and he's been those upcoming talents right from the school grade cricket, where he's made waves and he was that kind of a powerhouse sort of a performer. Now finding his spot in that Braveheart side, maturing and coming of age for Chirag Mandavia. It'll be very, very exciting. Some very exciting names in this tournament to watch out for.
It's a good chance for those youngsters to come up, show their class, how good they are.
Yeah, just played it out. It was the last ball of the over. And Narav Santosh Pillai will have a forgettable first over to be completed. 1 over done. Bravehearts are 17 for the loss of no wickets. Syed Mohammad Ubada, and you'll have another name to watch out for. This Ideals international side is well stacked up. They've got some good names amongst them. Watch out for that pace of Ubada. Comes with a very short run up. Loves to bowl those good length deliveries and very effective, especially in the D10 sort of a format, 10 over format, because half the over is done just trying to get accustomed to the pace and the kind of lengths that he offers. At the moment, the left-hander, very comfortable in just looking to rotate strike. They've gotten off to a flyers of a start here, Bravehearts. What do you think will be the strategy from here onwards, making use of that power play?
Well, of course, definitely, of course. Even in every format, power play is the most important part of the game. And the first over went to the Bravehearts, and now it's Ideal who is going to bowl them, try to contain Pradeep, who's superb first over with 2 maximum in that over.
Oh, he's pulled that. Excellent shot. No fielder out there. It's going to be 4 any day here at the Oman Cricket Academy. And what a rocket-like shot that was from Chirag Mandavia, making waves very early into the tournament and announcing his arrival.
Brilliantly looks that he's just a fantastic player. The timing was perfect, right from the middle of the bat, rightly placed to choose the 5 short pitch delivery to the square leg boundary.
We've certainly seen a lot of Ubada, especially in that intermediate division, so they would probably know how to deal with the kind of deliveries and the kind of effort that he puts in. This time full, drifting down leg, a little bit of an appeal, and no, says the umpire.
Seems to be quite hot in the middle, I mean.
Yeah, well, absolutely. The sun beating down, and it's a hot Friday afternoon. It's a long weekend. Oh, he's pulled it once again. And once again, it's in that vacant area, that gap towards the leg side. Chirag Mandavia is milking Ubada for runs at the moment. This is good stuff.
Nice batting. Look at that one. Just once again pulled at the same place. This was not a short pitch, short delivery. Pulled nicely towards the square leg boundary. So welcome over once again.
Couple of boundaries in this over for Chirag Mandavia, and already in that first over we've seen Ishwa Pradeep go for some big shots down the ground, so they'll certainly be looking to be in a commanding position at the moment. From here onwards they should be eyeing that 100 plus score very easily. What can Ideal do to pull back? Once again shot, once again just worked it away towards the leg side. Still no fielder out there in the leg side, especially with the kind of line and length that Ubada is bowling. The captain, Manoj, will certainly have to think twice about his fielding positions. It's another boundary, back-to-back for Chirag Mandavia.
Well, absolutely. I think captain has to give instruction to the bowlers where the fielders have been placed. And Chirag has very nicely converted those shot coming down the leg side. 3 boundaries in the same over, going superbly. As correctly mentioned, looking around 100 plus something, the way they are going now from here.
Yeah, very interesting to know they've gone for the 68-70 meter boundaries, and all those shots were towards those longer side of the ground. This time he's done him over. Ubada will strike. He's gone for 3 boundaries, but then he's had the last laugh in this over, and it's the prized wicket of Chirag Mandavia, who was looking to target the bowlers very aggressively.
The first ball, he bowled in the slot and got the result. Other 3 dribbles are down the leg side, and finally took the revenge of 3 boundaries hit by Chirag. The first wicket down for Bravehearts.
Yeah, just have a look at that. A few short pitch deliveries, and this one beautifully bowled right up into the slot and angling into the right-hander with a hint of swing, and he's managed to disturb the woodwork of Chirag Mandavia. So early strike here on the last ball for Ubada, and it's the end of the over. Second over done, 30 for the loss of 1 wicket, Bravehearts. Two overs up, and Bravehearts 30 for the loss of 1 wicket, and Ubada has just finished his second over with a wicket to his name. That was the first strike for Ideal International, first blood for them. Also umpire Balasubramaniam indicating end of power play. Now it's going to be very interesting to see how Pillai just tries and pulls back from that first over of his. Full delivery once again, played aerial. This time he's targeting that long on boundary. A couple of bounces and then crosses the fence. So 4 runs here for Ishwa Pradeep, and this is probably some excellent exhibition cricket from Ishwa Pradeep. That's how you're supposed to be playing D10 here.
Absolutely spot on. Yes, he's really taking the advantage of bad deliveries. Look at that one, just pulled it beautifully over to the Cow's corner for maximum on the boundary. He hit 2 maximum in the very first over. So good going, Braveheart.
Yeah, absolutely. Pradeep has certainly looked to accelerate, and that's the way 10 overs cricket has to be played. You should be brave, and you should have a big heart in playing those shots, and that's what Bravehearts is doing at the moment. Pillai once again. This time full toss once again towards the leg side. It's a vacant spot. They'll have to certainly spruce up and alter the course here. Ideal International, they've gone for quite a few boundaries in very short time.
Bad start for Ideal International. The batters are really hammering their bowlers in the first couple of overs. Not bowling well according to the field set up by the captains from last 3 overs. Giving all the chances for the batter to hit, and Pradeep is taking full advantage of that one. More aggressive than the other one.
Yeah, clearly that class of Bravehearts at the moment being very making very evident, showing here. Looks to target that deep mid-wicket region, only going to get a single, and that would mean Moeddin Qadir will be on strike.
Finally, they brought a deep mid-wicket, at least to save that boundary. Rightly so, because most of the boundaries have been pulled out, let's say, square leg and the mid-wicket area.
This is something where they'll have to learn, Ideal International, especially the bowlers and the likes of Pillai, who's very young into this whole scheme of things. And you've got cameras pointing towards you. You're playing in the hot afternoon sun on turf number 1. So he would have to alter and bowl according to the field that has been set up for him. False start. We'll have to get that run up again. He will have to alter his course and bowl according to the field that has been set up for him. At the moment, the field has been set up for all those big shots towards the offside. On the other hand, what he's doing is he's bowling it in the line of the stumps and, in the line of the leg stump. So that would mean the batter has a literal free hit towards the leg side.
Yeah, the captain has to advise the bowler to bowl according to the field set up by the captain. But he's doing it the other way around.
Long on, long off at the boundaries. Oh, he's given a big shot down the ground. It's aerial, so making sure that no fielder is out there. So it's a safe shot, getting off the mark Moeddin in the right way, because Ishwa Pradeep is the key away for Bravehearts.
Doing exactly what team requires from him. Give them an ideal start so far. You cannot ask better than what they have given this particular 3-4 overs.
Irony, they've had a brave and a big-hearted start, and Ideal International has not had an ideal start.
Yeah, Pradeep is doing the right thing for the Braveheart, showing that how much big heart he has got right from the first over he played. Couple of maximums.
Mid on, mid off, up in the circle. This is going to be crucial here. Immediately looking to target that shot down the ground, because Pradeep is an experienced bloke. He knows that when the field is up, and especially with that slow pace of Pillai, he knows he can target. He can, look to come down to the track and target that down the ground shot for some extra runs.
He looks to me a very good batter, Pradeep. It's not slogging at all. All the maximum and boundaries he has done. It's all cricketing shot.
Yeah, he's having a look at his bat. I think he's looking to have a change of bat here. Why does he need to change that? That bat is absolutely rock solid. He's got some good runs of it already.
It happens sometimes, batters have some, what you call, thinking that, okay, my bat is not good. But I don't know which bat he likes to have. He has a couple of maximum he has done, couple of boundaries he has done.
Bringing me back to, once in the D20, you mentioned to me that you would probably see of your entire cricket career with just one bat.
One innings, one bat.
One innings, one bat. So in a tournament of 10 games, you would have 10 bats.
No. But I'm trying to tell you that I'm not going to change the bat.
Pillai now. Last ball of the over. Oh, he looks to cut, and that was well taken by Wasim Jamadar behind the stumps. End of the third over. This one's gone for some good runs as well, as many as 10, and Bravehearts find themselves on 40 for the loss of 1 wicket after 3. Pradeep still there, and now it's going to be some spin in action for Ideal International. Oh, full toss. This one will have to be... this one deserves a second look by the umpire. We'll just have to have a look at the umpire now. No, he signals everything is all right. Immediately looks... Oh, yes, he's given it a no ball. So Khan certainly not getting off to a good start. slower bowlers in action in D10 always means wickets, and there will be some action out there for the fielding team, but he starts off very poorly.
First delivery was a no ball, full toss above height, and is lucky not to get the maximum out of it.
Now coming around the wicket, Salman Khan has been tonked down the ground at the moment. Couple of bounces to the fielder at long on to the left-hander, and he'll look to turn it away from the left-hander. However, he's got an action of a leg spinner though. Slow, little bit short at the moment, and what he's done is he's looked to arrest the flow of runs here, Salman Khan. It'll take a while for the two batters to get used to the kind of variations and the variety that he is offering at the moment.
Yes, definitely. Played it out toward the short cover. Controlled bowling so far from Salman Khan, except for the first one.
Look to bowl that the other one on this occasion to the right-hander. And very interesting variations here from Salman Khan at the moment. And this is what is going to be very exciting about this D10, because you've got those 6 teams that have come in from the ranks, and they're going to be challenging those top premier teams. And you'll find a variety of bowlers and variety of batters with unorthodox actions and, you know, different sort of skill sets, and something that you wouldn't have seen ever before. And that's what makes for some exciting viewing. There is a story behind every player, especially when you come down the ranks. Oh, he looks for the big sweep and straight into the hands of the keeper, Wasim Jamadar. So he's got nothing but air. Pradeep, after a very long time, nearly after 4 overs, has looked wanting at the moment. And he's been very, very crucial in this innings for Bravehearts at the moment. 4 overs gone, 44 for the loss of 1 wicket, Bravehearts. Four overs gone, 44 for the loss of 1 wicket, Bravehearts. And it's going to be Manoj, the captain of Ideal International, who's looking to make an impact here. Starts off with a full toss, misses out right-hander Kader Moeddin, and he'll probably leave it to Pradeep to do the big hitting.
I'm sure he will going to do that again, because runs are required, and he has provided the right start for his team, playing superb knock so far. Maybe introduction of spinners might slow down the run.
Pradeep now towards the covers. Long chase for the fielder at long off. We'll make sure they've only looked to keep it down to a 1, but Manoj feeling to get some reasonable backup behind him and will leak another one. So 2 runs here, and what's important is Pradeep is still going to be on strike.
He's taking every chance to get maximum runs. Some poor fielding. Could have been 1 only, but it's the overthrow. Get 2 runs. Try to play on to the onside, and well taken by the wicketkeeper.
Captain Manoj now, and he has plenty of experience in top flight cricket. Oh, he's taken him. Danger man Pradeep will have to walk back, and that's because all the experience that Manoj has to offer has now come to fruition, and he's made sure that his team is fighting back. 2nd wicket down for Braveheart, and the all-important Pradeep, who looked to get off to a flyer, will be heading back into the dugout.
Definitely looking for that wicket. Very, very important for them. They got it. And Manoj, the captain, has done the trick for them. So, wicket number 2. Look at that one. Straighter one. Tried to heave it over to the mid-wicket and bowled. So, 2 wicket down for Braveheart.
New man in for Braveheart, and it's Vicky, aka Wakas, Mohammad Wakas, and comes with a reputation of being a big hitter. Looks to take on the bowlers very early into the innings. Let's have a look what he's got to offer. Good strike towards the offside, so certainly has a talent here to striking the ball very well. Got his eye in very early.
That's the right thing to do for a batter who comes and play from the middle of the bat, give them confidence.
Bowling that very, very unsure kind of a length, and the batters will always be wary of Manoj at the moment, and he's bowled a brilliant over. He's brought this fifth over brilliantly in favour of Ideal Internationals. 49 for the loss of 2 wickets after 5. Pacers gone for runs, and the slower bowlers have certainly pulled Ideal International back into the game. Just when you thought they were targeting that 120, 130 mark, a couple of overs by the slower bowlers, Salman Khan and the captain Manoj himself have managed to pull things back for Ideal International. The keeper standing up to the stumps, and when I speak of keepers and people who are challenging premier teams, I get Pranav Mehta right next to me in the com box. Oh, keeping it away from the right-hander, gets nothing but air. Welcome, Pranav.
Thank you very much. I mean, what a moment for these young sides. And the reason I say young, because they are not used to the TV. And it's an opportunity for them to show their class, their strength, their potential. Many of these players will get to the big stage in years to come.
Especially the young guns here. We've already seen or had first sight of Chirag Mandavia, and then the left-arm pacer Pillai as well looked very, very decent, and will have to work their skills and work their way up, work their way towards the leg side. It's only going to be a single.
Now, Pillai has played for the Oman under 19, and Chirag Mandavia played some decent cricket back in UK, if I'm not making a mistake. We'll go for a single here. The most important part is when they lock horns with the premier sides, because those premier sides are missing those impactful 17 players that have travelled to UAE, and that's where the bench strength will come into play, and there'll be some serious pressure, because if they can't stand tall against a second division side, their quality is going to be questioned.
And it's going to be tough for those premier sides as well, because most of these players who are playing for the 6 challenger teams, or let's call them challenger teams from now onwards, and when they lock horns with the premier sides, there are players in those challenger teams, those 6 teams, where, you know, who would have tried out for the premier sides and maybe not made through, so they would have a point to prove. Having said that, 6 overs done, 54 for the loss of 2 wickets, Bravehearts.
Manoj will look to continue from the Oman LNG end. He's been one of those turning tides. Just when it was looking almost impossible for Ideal, he's come as a rescue medicine for his side, the captain leading from the front.
Yeah, and that's evident, especially now you look, it's been 3 overs since the slower bowlers have been introduced, and all 3 overs they have done something very good for their side, Ideal Internationals. Starting off with a wide and now just, you know, working away for a single. What they have done is they've tried to ebb the flow of runs for Bravehearts at the moment. It will be very, very crucial that Wakas now needs to look to get going.
Big shot. This is going to be traveling. Waqas is a strong lad. He's been around for a while. And this is going to be 6 valuable runs to bring some confidence to Waqas.
Yeah, he certainly comes with a reputation of striking the ball very early into the innings. Does not look to waste time getting his eye in. If he sees the ball into his zone, he'll make sure that he hits it for plenty. And that's what he's done at the moment. Manoj was looking very economical so far. Have a look at that. Tossed it up and he was probably licking his lips. Early biryani for Waqas at the moment on Friday afternoon.
Certainly, Juma Mubarak to all our viewers. Because at the moment, Waqas will take that with a smile on any given day. You can't be bowling in the arc of the batter, especially in this format. It's so unforgiving. Slightly smaller boundaries, 65 yards, and that's where if something comes from the middle of your bat, it's going to be traveling out.
It's fast-paced action here in D10. You've got no time for remorse here. Now, wickets fall, wickets come and go, and you would have to look at doing things very, very differently. This time much quicker, and this is good stuff here from Manoj, immediately realizing his mistake from that previous delivery.
Once you get full and you don't allow the bat to get underneath it, it's always going to be working in your favor. But margin for error is so small in this format. Can't miss your length. Back of length and in the air, it's going to fall short. And it's only going to be a single, but at the moment, Manoj is doing the trick. Despite that maximum, he's still doing the trick.
Now all eyes on Qadir Mohiuddin at the moment because he's been out there for quite a long time. 11 balls, or rather 12 ball 10 is not a very decent effort. At the same time, when you look at Waqas, 7 ball 10, and you might think that, okay, fine, you're doing your job.
You have to find ways to score and score really quickly because at the moment, Mohiuddin is not doing the job well for his side. 7 overs done, 64 for the loss of 2. $64 for the loss of 2. 7 overs, 18 balls to spare. Hardly any time. And that's where they would want to rush through the proceedings. Around the wicket for the right-handed off-spinner Pevakar.
Nadeem Pevakar, and once again it's going to be that trick, the slower bowlers not giving much. What he's looking to do is looking to get that drift back into the right-hander, and they would have probably done this a lot in the ground number 2 and in the lower division of cricket. Will be a very, very interesting watch to see if it's effective here in D10. Oh, full toss. He's hit the ball in the air. Only going to be a single, a fielder located there.
The biggest difference is that when you're playing on ground number 2, you get a different kind of a delivery, different kind of a ball rather, with a little thicker seam, and that's where the paces are a lot more effective.
Tossed it up, slower ball, and what a brilliant effort at point. You'll just have to have a close look at that fielder there, but then he's done a good effort. If I'm not mistaken, I think it could be Ubada.
Big shot. Not a lot of runs coming to the way of Bravehearts at the moment because slower bowlers have done the trick. They've slowed the pace of the game.
Absolutely. They've been very, very effective. And that's something I believe Ideal International looks, oh, this is brilliant. He's looked to appeal and straight away the umpire has raised his finger. And it's going to be a long walk for Qadir Moeddin all the way back into the dugout because he'll be adjudicated run out here. Nadeem Pevekar has done really well.
Sometimes it does pay to not be fit enough. And this is example. This is the prime example by Nadeem. Not able to get down in time. You can immediately see that he was struggling to get down. And that's where probably a little bit of a hand or a little bit of a deviation from him onto the stumps, and it's curtains for his partner.
If he had another angle at that, it did seem that it was intentional. He literally guided the ball onto the stump. So that's actually very, very well done. 8 overs gone, 67 for the loss of 4 wickets. Bravehearts.
.67 for the loss of 3, 8 overs, 12 balls to spare. They'll be feeling the heat at the moment because they've got off to a flyer, Bravehearts. And all of a sudden, with the pace slowed down by Ideal International, they're struggling. They're struggling big. Not really sure how they can pace the innings from here with 12 balls to spare. Even run a ball gets them to probably just below 80, and that's not going to be enough. It's a good wicket to bat on, and they got off to a flyer. They would want to get somewhere close to 90. Big shot on the leg side, one bounce to deep mid wicket. It's only going to be a single. This is some decent work from Ideal, pulling the game back in their favour.
Yeah, at one stage it did look like Bravehearts was getting off to a flyer of a start, and in that first 5 overs completely dominated the bowlers. But since the slow bowlers have been introduced, things are looking very, very different. This time towards the covers, played it in the air and unable to stop by the fielder inside the circle. So it's going to be 4 any day. So Pusalkar will leak runs as many as 4. And one just wonders whether all that hard work will be ruined here, because 73 for 3 and with a few balls remaining. Have a look at that shot by Moeddin.
I've just got the update. Moeddin is none other than Riaz. He's a big player, featured for Enhance for a very long time. That was in the Premier Division. He was one of the prime players. And that's where he's a big name to the addition. Probably he's the right kind of player at the right kind of moment for this side. Big shot. Held on. Probably onto the ropes. It's going to be a maximum in my understanding. Chirag has dictated the terms. Wonder what's going to be the result. Because at the moment they're celebrating. The umpires will get close. Not really sure what has happened here.
They'll certainly want to have a good look at it, but then the umpires will consult each other. But one goes to say that that was a stunning effort by the fielder out there in the deep. Have a look at that. Order restored, so it's going to be declared a 6 rather. But then have a look at that effort. Oh, that was close.
Too close for comfort.
Yeah, too close for comfort. Absolutely electric stuff here by Ideal International. This second half of the game, or the second half of the innings, they've certainly looked to pull up their socks and make an impact.
It's a good star-studded side, Bravehearts. They have some decent players, and they understand this game pretty much well. They've been here, they've done that, and now in their second innings, they are back with the younger sides.
Nadeem Pevekar will continue, and he's got the responsibility to finish this innings in favor of the Ideal International. 68 Rather, he's been just gone down for a wide at the moment.
It's only a matter of time that 6 would be added to the account, because there's no other reason there's anything else that would happen.
Big shot down the ground. Yeah, he's hit that very, very hard, but the fielder is located out there, looking to take that extra run, but sent back.
Melvin and Riaz, two very good batters in the middle for Bravehearts at the moment. Big shot on the leg side. There is a fielder coming underneath it, and he will hold on to it. So the 4th wicket down for Bravehearts, and they're still trying to push through.
Good result here for Ideal International. They've looked to apply the brakes, and that's what they have done successfully. Good catching all around, and the fielders are stepping up to the plate and making sure that the bowlers get a little bit of backup here. Nadeem Pevekar will be very happy that he's gotten things on his side. He's looked to bowl that first over very, very nicely, and in the second over, he's managed to get something for himself to boast about on that scorecard.
Short of length, then trying to pull it for a maximum. Melvin only ends up playing it in the hands of the deep square leg, and he was never going to be dropping that. He was almost in control. It's a fine lower. Looking for a big shot here. Never going to be easy with the slower bowlers, slowing the pace down. And the only reason being that they're looking to hit the ball really hard.
Quite a few balls in this over, and Amandeep finds himself out there in the middle. Amandeep, brother of Jatinder Singh, the captain of the Oman team, and he's a long time familiar figure along with his brothers Jassi and Jatinder, and playing all over the place, employing their skill. Looks to hit big, and he's got an elevation, but the fielder looking to settle underneath it and will take it comfortably. So not lasting very long at the moment. Ideal International and Nadeem Pevekar, as a matter of fact, have managed to pull things back very, very much in favor of their team at the moment.
What a moment. They needed a wicket to slow things down and keep it tight towards the end, and that's what is happening. They got the wicket of Melvin and now of Amandeep Singh. He can be a handy striker, but he's also going to be walking just like Melvin without troubling the scorers. What a moment for Ideal International. They didn't start well, but they've got Bravehearts back. And that's where this is going to be one interesting encounter. Right in the block hole, he's going to be only disturbing the stumps. There's a 3rd wicket in the over for Nadeem. He's making an impact, and making an impact when it counts the most for Ideal. What an incredible movement. Braveheart will certainly not be happy with the way they have finished. And that's where they will probably feel that they are 15 runs short from where they would have wanted to be.
Right then, end of the innings, and a lot of things have happened in that last over for Nadeem Pevekar. A lot of action for the Ideal International, but what's very important is the score at which they're going to end up at. And this is going to be a very, very close fought contest because it's a good deck for batting. lot of action in the middle at the Oman Cricket Academy. Have a look at that. Quite a
They've done really well. Bravehearts started off with a flyer, an ideal fought back, and that's what you get when two champion sides are fighting.
left-hander got a little bit of treatment. Pillai was the bowler and he got tonked for 2 sixes and 2 massive ones off the bat of Ishwa Pradeep. Then Ubada Farwa got a little bit of treatment from the right-hander, the youngster Chirag Mandavia taking a part. And then finally Ubada getting that wicket of Chirag Mandavia when he was looking to hit that 4th consecutive boundary. The slower bowlers came into action. Manoj picked up a wicket and so did the other slower bowlers. Few sixes off the bat of Vakas. And then came Nadeem Pevekar, who certainly turned the tide in favour of Ideal International. That freak run out on the non-striker's end, courtesy just a little bit of flick from his hand. And then that last over by Nadeem Pevekar, where wickets just kept tumbling, as many as 3 of them. Amandeep and some of the other batters all succumbed to Nadeem Pevekar. So plenty of stuff to do for Ideal International because they've managed to do things right in the second half of the first innings. But then whether they do it in the second innings with the bat in hand and whether Bravehearts utilize all their experience to get things done in their favour. I believe they need somewhere around 84 runs to win. Only time will tell as we head for a short break. On the other hand, it's going to be the second innings. Do stay tuned.
He has timed that one well. Catches the ball straight in. Beautiful ball. Edged away. Yes, it is.
A very good afternoon and day one of Oman D10, powered by Fan Code. Pictures coming live from Oman Cricket Academy. Hot sunny afternoon here in Al Amirat, Muscat, Oman. 5 games lined up on day one. It's a weekend here in Oman, and joining me in the com box is experienced Jamil Zaidi. Very good afternoon, Jamil sir.
Good
Hope you are doing
afternoon.
good.
Thank you, Mudassir. We have a very bright start of this first D10 match between Bravehearts and Ideal International. Braveheart started very nicely. Pradeep played a superb knock, and after that, wicket start tumbling. At one stage, we were thinking that they might go around 100, but some fine spin bowling did not allow to get that 100 runs.
So I sit in position, and the experience left arm orthodox getting ready to bowl that first ball. Left-handed batter on strike, Parameshwaran the bowler. A width offer trying to go big. 84, all they could manage. Ideal International. Do you think it's enough?
With the bowling, they have especially this experienced Parameshwaran.
What a beautiful looking shot, goes over that extra cover. Runs on board. First boundary for Jamadar and first boundary for his team.
Nicely played outside the off stump. Beautifully played over the extra cover for 4. This time once again, same position. Brilliantly played once again. Successive boundaries to Jamadar for second successive boundary of Parveshwaran. This time hammered it over to the Cow's corner, possibly the mighty 6.
What a start by Wasim Jamadar. A boundary, then a maximum going straight over the bowler, showing his class. Just couple of overs. We'll be having the power play, the rules for T10, and one floating power play. And one more time goes towards that extra cover region. The proper connection, just a single has been taken.
Interestingly, one slip is there. Maybe now it's taken out. Interestingly, short, try to play it out toward the square leg. So end of over number 1, 11 for the wicket. Good start, 11 for no wicket at the end of first over. Jamadar has got 11. Good contest in place, Mudassir, 84. They have scored. Both the batter looks to be solid, trying to get the runs as much as they can.
The likes of Jamadar, he's looking good. Got those 11 runs in the first over Good start by Mandavia, getting some bounce. Early days in this tournament, and they are excited. Quite a few new teams, new players to watch out in this tournament.
Good chance for them to show up their class. Place it out and go for the quick single. Everybody is excited. They have been seen on the television all around. Good opportunity for them to show their class. Batters has to show their batting technique, and of course the fast bowlers and the spinners have to show their class, how good they are in this particular tournament.
Oh, look at that. Bowling with the seam, and all of a sudden getting some bounce and purchase from the surface. That might keep the batters on the back foot, yet to open the account. Corada, the righty batter.
As he yet to open the score. It was a good delivery outside the off stump. Taking views from the wicket.
Well done by the wicket keeper, certainly saving few runs here. And good to see quite a few new faces, and they have a very good opportunity if they can perform well, if they can impress. And next year, for sure, the premier teams, they'll be looking to get few of these boys into their sides. Swinging delivery, inside edge, going past that fine leg, 4 runs.
Well, trying to play on to the bottom edge of the bat, towards the fine leg. Runs are coming, that's more important. And the Bata got 4, the very first delivery. Try play on to the onside, took the bottom edge of the bat, to the vacant fine leg for the boundary.
He's struggling clearly, not able to read that line and length from Mandavia. Good over in progress, just 6 runs, but the problem has been they're not able to break the partnership here, Jamil Bhai.
On the other hand, Jamadar is doing the right thing. And he's struggling outside the off stump. All 3 deliveries couldn't play it properly, except for the one which got the bottom edge. End of over number 2, 17 for their wicket.
.67 needed, and with those 2 overs, that's the end of the power play. If you're getting 11 runs, the next over was a tight one from Mandavia, going for just 6. Suresh, left arm quick. Oh, what a hit. Showing some power and class is Jamadar. He is in a hurry here.
Brilliantly played, picked beautifully off the toes, over the square leg for the maximum. Brilliantly played. Nicely done. Similar as the Pradeep was doing for the Braveheart. Look at that one, how nicely picked it up beautifully from the meat of the back.
While swing, the keeper misses and hitting the helmet, I believe. This will be a 5 runs. So, it'll be interesting to see the replay here. An attacking batter, Wasim Jamadar, moves to 18, batting at a strike rate of 200. The other end of the mark with that boundary in the previous overs. Oh, the batter misses, so is the wicket keeper. Few runs on offer.
Not at all comfortable. Bada outside the off end, then played properly in the last over as well, and this time also tried to weave it over the long off, but misses, and so as the wicket keeper. So far so good, 26. Jamadar is looking to be in great touch, Mudassir.
Played over the point region, opening the face of the blade and deliberately played in the air. Shorter format, you need someone like Wasim Jamadar who can come out and get those quick runs. And he looks solid, not only toward the leg side, but also he has that class of getting runs towards the offside. A complete batter.
Particularly the last maximum visit onto the square, it was a beautiful shot. Nicely picked up.
Angling into the right hand batter here. Quite a new faces. I think it will take a couple of days time for me to just remember their names and recognize the players. But what a moment for all these new players, the young guns getting an opportunity to showcase their talent on. And credit should be given to Oman Cricket for broadcasting and giving these teams an opportunity to play at this level.
Yes, definitely. Great chance for them to come up with their talent, what they have in them.
Flick of the wrist, and yet again he finds the boundary. What a beautifully timed boundary. An excellent placement. He moves to 22.
Sweet timer. Beautiful timing. Just flick of the toes to the boundary for 4. End of over number 3. It is 33 for no wicket. Outside the off stump, try to cut. Misses. He's struggling to play offside the off stump. That's it.
Absolutely, and the good news for Ideal International is that from the other end, it's Jamadar who got bulk of the runs, 22 in just 10, and Korada now taking his own time. Gopinath has been introduced. A poor shot selection, not reading the length of this delivery, very slow in the air, Gopinath. But I believe for them, they need to get this wicket of Jamadar, and he is feeling a bit tired. That might be a good news for the bowling side.
But then Kurada is not looking at the ball, he's closing his eyes and trying to smash it. If you can wait for the ball to come, he can play it positively, but he's trying to do a bit in hurry, I believe.
Loud appeal, but clearly going down the leg.
Jamadar is doing his best to get runs on each and every delivery he's facing. On the other end, Kurada is really missing a lot of deliveries outside the off stump.
Was there an opportunity? First, it was a loser. There was an opportunity to go big, but not able to time it properly, and it's really hot out there in the middle. Though he ran just couple of singles and one double, but still it's not easy.
Quite hot in the middle, really.
Another one slow in the air. What an over. Yet to concede a run. Just one run so far in the shape of bye. A boundaryless over.
Jamadar looks to be extremely tired. Sitting down on playing on each and every ball. Once again down the leg side, couldn't collect it properly. And ran for a single. End of over number 4. It is 35 for no wicket.
What an over. The previous one by Gopinath, and in comes Qadir Mohiddin. Another off break bowler. Oh, brilliant start. Getting turn, slow in the air. All of a sudden, we can see the dip in the run rate thanks to Gopinath and the other bowler who bowled boundaryless over.
Both Jamadar and Kurada really, Kurada especially struggling to get runs. Onto the back foot this time. Played it out towards the deep mid wicket. But they only managed to get a single. After a bright start, very well controlled by Ideal International. Stop the flow of runs, especially from Jamadar.
They need a boundary here that required climbing up to 8.47.
He's totally mistiming the ball.
Good to see someone like Nurul Riaz Khadir Mohiddin back in action. He has been in this region for ages, almost there to make it into the national camp.
It's a long time for them now. They have to show from this particular platform. This time coming down the wicket. And it's going to be the maximum. Beautifully hit once again by Jamadar.
Dancing down the ground, and what a hit by Jamadar. They needed a maximum boundary, and he has got that max at the right time. Khadir giving that flight and quickly dancing down the track. How beautifully managed. Showing his class, Wasim Jamadar. 43 for no loss. with that maximum. Now that required run rate coming under 8 runs per over. 7.69 is the required run rate. Another one, back-to-back maximums. What a hit. He quickly moves to 35. And Idle International moves to 49. What a hit by Wasim Jamadar.
Sweet lead time once again coming down the wicket right from the middle of the bat towards the long on for second maximum. He's really playing a superb knock. Though heat is having some pressure on him, but he's really fighting it hard.
With those maxims, now that equation 35 needed in 31 balls in favor of the batting side. Another tossed up delivery, and this time towards that extra cover, 4 runs. 50 comes up for Ideal International. Clean hitting, and he continues to excel with the bat. Wasim Jamadar.
Bat delivery and right it that through the extra cover. Nobody can move it. Beat into board by 4 by Jamadar. That brings 53. End of over number 5. 53 for no wicket. Ideal.
Five was 53 for a loss. 31 from 30 deliveries. Parmeshwaran back into the attack. Gone for 11 runs in his first over. A couple of seasons ago, he used to play for Al Kuwair Warriors here in Premier Division. Good to see someone like Parmeshwaran making a comeback at this level. A passionate cricketer, always busy on the weekends, making sure to play 1 or 2 games of beautiful game on the weekends. Wicketless so far. Cut hard into the gap. Chased by the fielder, but no stopping. Boundaries continues to flow from the blade of Wasim Jamadar. He moves into 40s.
What incredible striking. Wasim Jamadar. In his arc, and this time it's skied up. Probably Chirag is the fielder underneath it, and he holds on to a very good catch here. Never easy when you're looking into the sun, and especially with the winds playing its factor. Chirag Mandavia, he's a talented player, and he's just done that. Just when they were losing the track on the brilliance of Wasim Jamadar, he's going to be walking back to the dugout, and they'll take a sigh of relief. It was the quicker delivery, not allowing Wasim Jamadar to get exactly underneath it. And judging it to perfection was Chirag Mandavia at deep mid-wicket. So the first wicket down for Ideal at 58. I believe it's going to be the likes of Obada who's come to the middle. He's another powerful striker. Gets a single to get off the mark. This has been very good from both these sides, making their first visuals on the television cricket. Fired in the arc. Fielder coming underneath it, and he's going to spill it. At this level, you can't be dropping catches, especially when you're trailing behind. It's going to be a disappointing one from Parameshwaran Shankar, the captain, who's looking to get Bravehearts back into the equation. It's a game in favour of Ideal International at the moment. 6 overs done, 61 for the loss of 1. Throwing the kitchen sink at it. And never in some decent equation was the fielder at long on. They're a decent side, Braveheart. They'll just need to work on their fielding. They'll have to hold on to their opportunities. They'll have to charge in. With the average age being probably somewhere close to 40, if I'm not making a mistake. Fielding is always going to be a question mark for Bravehearts. In comes Gopinath. The only way they are going to be stopping Ideal from getting to 84 is by picking up wickets. 24 deliveries. Less than run a ball, and the ball's high up in the air. It's going to be dropping in the gap. Needed a diving effort, and both the fielders there were not happy to put in a dive. Once they see this later in the evening in the highlights, they're going to be pretty much disappointed with their efforts. Riaz, one of the prize players for Bravehearts. Big shot, straight down the ground. It's got good part of his bat. And that's going to travel all the way for a maximum. Obada is one of the stronger players in this tournament. He has a big backlift. He has a good swing. And if he strikes well, it stays struck. And this is just a confirmation of that. Straight through the line. Gopinath will be quick to learn that you can't be bowling in the arc of Obada. And hence change of sides and change of angles doesn't make a difference, because Obada is penetrating the gaps at will at the moment, just over the head of covers. And this is going to be a boundary. So Ideal International are looking to seal the deal at the moment, and they're looking to seal the deal really quick. And that's not great news for Braveheart. Gopinath. Once again firing it in. This time it's skied up. Does it have the legs? For sure it has legs, because this is the third boundary in 3 balls. It started with the maximum, followed by a boundary. And this time once again it's going to be a maximum, because Gopinath is taking a beating from the bat of Obada. In the arc, not learning a lesson, Gopinath. It's a game of nerves, and at the moment the nerves are held well by Ideal International. They are a star-studded side in the shorter format. They're a very, very competitive side. Short and pulled. This is going to go for a maximum once again. This is going to be curtains for Braveheart, because that maximum will take them across the line. A very expensive over of Gopinath comes to an end. But it doesn't matter, because Ideal International have sealed the deal. 7 overs, 85 on the board, and the game is over.
Oh, what a clean strike from Ubada. That last over was certainly last rights here for the opposition. Bravehearts were caught in a storm, and a storm that goes by the name of Ubada Farwa. And he's a very, very powerful striker of the ball. He tonked the ball to all parts of the ground, and certainly making an impact here very early in the tournament. I believe one of my favorite teams now that I've realized that Ideal International has a lot of Kokni and, people from my hometown, the Konkan region. and they've ended this game with a win. And the opening day, the opening match of D10 in the name of Ideal International at the moment. Let's have a look at that scorecard.
Wasim Jamadar started in a fashion that he's known for. 43 of 21, no remorses, no mercy. Yes, he was caught by Chirag Mandavia in the deep, in the bowling of Parameshwaran Shankar. But apart from that, not much. Yes, Ubada struck a few lusty ones, 24 of 6, and he stayed not out there. And that's where they were able to win this game with 9 wickets in hand and 18 balls to spare. And that's going to be a considerably big win.
Yeah, and you know you're in trouble because even though the wickets have not fallen, you do see that batting lineup. You've got Manoj Jangid, you've got Faizan, you've got Akbar Sheikh. All of these are very, very powerful strikers of the ball. So Ideal International are better off finishing this stuff off right at the top of the order. As far as the bowling goes, immediately the name of Gokul Gopinath comes to your mind because he's bowled 1 over maiden and the second over he's gone for 24 runs. So that probably says a lot here. At the end of the day, of course, Ideal International has clinched this game very, very favorably in their favor.
Certainly, it is Ideal International to have stamped authority over Bravehearts. Yes, a star-studded side, but it doesn't matter because Wasim Jamadar came in with a plan, and the plan was to take the team apart. Melvin was accompanying him. He's a big name in the cricketing world in Oman. But it was all about Wasim Jamadar because he was striking lusty and he's striking all around the ground. Didn't matter who the bowler was, no respect whatsoever, no remorse. And he was striking clean. Parameshwaran came with a plan, said, I will do the job. And yes, he did the job. Chirag Mandavia assisted him at the deep. But it didn't matter because immediately after that, it was Ubada who came in. And he was looking to close the game in a hurry. And that's exactly what he did. Few lusty straight sixes. And that's what was required. So it is said and done at the moment. Because Ideal International have won this game very handsomely. 9 wickets to spare and 18 balls in hand. And that's a big margin. Very, very big margin in a D10 format.
Yeah, let's have a look at that summary here. And Ideal International won the toss and elected to bowl first, putting in Braveheart into bat and Pradeep Kumar as well as Mohammad Waqas. And they certainly made an impact very early on into the innings. But the rest of the innings was dominated by the bowlers. Nadeem Pevekar, 5 for 4, or 4 wickets for 5 runs rather. And of course, Ubada picked up 1 wicket for 12 runs. Manoj Jangid picked up a wicket as well for himself. Ideal International, on the other hand, Wasim Jamadar, 43 of 21. That was absolutely lethal. And then speaking of lethal hitting and powerhouse hitting, Ubada, 6 balls, 24. As far as the bowling efforts are considered, Parameshwaran picked up just that 1 solitary wicket for Ideal International. In the end, of course, rounding it all up, Ideal International have won this very first match number 1 of Oman D10 by 9 wickets. We'll take a short break from here onwards. After the short break, we have our very own Jamil Zaidi, and he'll be in with the presentation ceremony. Stay tuned.
He has timed that one well. Catches the ball straight in. Beautiful ball. Edged away. Yes, it is.
Check 1, 2, 3. माइक ठीक है?
Edged away. Yes, it is.
Time for the post-match presentation from Oman Cricket Academy Ground, Muscat, for the D10 League powered by Fanco. The first match was played between Braveheart and Ideal International. Braveheart scored 84 runs and Ideal International won the match by 9 wickets. Some explosive batting by Wasim Jamadar earned him the Man of the Match award. Match referee Mr. Subramaniam gave him the Man of the Match award. Congrats, Jamadar. Very well played. Explosive batting. What you were thinking to chase this total of 84? What was coach asked you to do and what captain was to do?
Assalamu alaikum. First of all, once I started to go and chase, I saw the target is 85, so there is not big score on the 10 overs. So we have to just score like an 8 point something. So our plan is just go as per the run rate, play according to ball, how it will become, and that's what our plan. And my plan is starting to hit maximum in 2 overs. That's alhamdulillah I got it.
Very well played and good luck for the next match.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That's all from Oman presentation.
He has timed that one well. That is the call. Straight in. Beautiful ball. Edged away. Yes, it is.